What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is RJ. I upload 2 new videos every single week, and today we are going to be doing a review on non-stimulant versus stimulant pre-workout. Yes, these are both the same brand. However, one is a 333 milligram of caffeine and one has no stimulants, no caffeine in it. And I kind of want to just come on here and talk to you guys about the difference in the workouts and at least what I've experienced while I've worked out using both of these. I've used this probably for almost a year now. I just recently switched over to a non-stimulant about a week ago. So I'm going to kind of give you guys my insights and as far as like energy levels and all that in this video. Alright, to start things off, we're going to start off with a stimulant pre-workout Woke AF made by Bucked Up Subs. So I've been using the Woke, again, like I said, probably for a year now. The reason I started using Woke was because I was using C4 before this. I noticed I started to get used to the caffeine intake of the C4 previous to this, and I did start to notice that I started to get used to the pre-workout. I wasn't getting itchy anymore. I was still having good workouts. However, I did notice they started to decline a little bit. Whenever you first take a pre-workout, you know, your workouts like just go straight up in the air, right? It's just upwards hill the whole time. You're constantly feeling stronger every single day. You just want to keep working out, and I'll be honest with you, the first time I ever took a stimulant pre-workout, I was in the gym for like 2.5 hours, and I did not want to leave whatsoever. At the end of me using C4, probably again a year on that as well, I would say it was not the same whatsoever. My workouts were probably coming to about 45 minutes to an hour each day. I didn't really want to go any longer than that just because I started to get used to the ingredients in it. I got used to the amount of caffeine that I was taking, and I was also taking it every single day as well. Which again, some people probably don't recommend doing that, but I was personally doing that. So just because I worked out 5 or 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week, depending on the week, and I was taking pre-workout every day. It's part of the process for me is taking it. Now, when I switched over to this, again, it was one of those things where I fell in love with it again. It was from going from the C4, which only had, I think, 300 milligrams of caffeine in it, up to 333. It definitely boosted me up to that next level again. And it was nice. It was nice for probably about 2 weeks to a month, and then I started to get used to this. Caffeine is a drug at the end of the day. Your body will get used to the amount of caffeine that you put into it. So no matter if you went up from 333 to more, and you put 2 scoops in, your caffeine tolerance is just going to keep getting higher and higher and higher the more you take it. So I slowly started to realize this probably about a month or 2 ago. Maybe it was probably before that, to be honest with you. I just didn't really feel like taking the time to go look for a non-stimulant and actually trying it out, because I didn't want to waste money and feel like I was wasting my money and my time, because that's something that I would just hate to do. So as far as like energy levels and stuff on the Woke AF with the 333 milligrams of caffeine, again, I would say it's solid across the board. If you haven't taken a pre-workout before, you're taking a lower dosage of caffeine in a pre-workout. Woke AF, if you need to get to that next level, is definitely a good pre-workout. My personal recommendation would be not to use it every single day, just so your body doesn't get, doesn't get used to that amount of caffeine that you're putting into it, your body, and that's where I kind of screwed up at, and that's why I'm switching over to a non-stim before. Caffeine also, kind of messed with my anxiety a little bit. I don't have really bad anxiety whatsoever, but I did notice spikes in my anxiety after taking pre-workout some days. I also did notice a lot more motivation as well, so it was a good and a bad thing, right? I was a lot more motivated after my workout to go and continue doing stuff throughout my day, and it was a good thing. However, there's always a crash at the end of it. With pre-workout, I've never really noticed that big of a crash, like, where I was like sleeping and tired and stuff. But I definitely noticed my energy levels starting to mellow down lower than they were before I took the pre-workout. Now, when I switched over to this non-stimulant pre-workout by Bucked Up, I will say, to be honest with you, it was almost as good as the one without caffeine. Energy levels are still just as high. I will definitely say that. Workouts are just as good as well. I'm just not getting that anxiety from the caffeine. I'm not getting the shaky and the itchiness from the caffeine. And I noticed myself not crashing at the end of it all. So in my opinion, a non-stimulant pre-workout is going to be the way for me for a little bit. I might throw a caffeine day in, once a week or once every 2 weeks, just to, get a little bit of caffeine in me, because other than the pre-workout that I take, I literally don't take caffeine at all, which isn't a bad thing at all. Your body doesn't need caffeine. It is a drug at the end of the day. But I kind of want to, you know, dabble in it a little bit. Plus, I still have basically a whole tub of pre-workout left, and I don't want it to go to waste. So I'm definitely going to be using non-stimulants on the days that I work, just because I get off work later, and I definitely don't need to be taking a stimulant right before bed. And I definitely noticed while I was taking caffeine and I was doing that right before bed and working out right before bed every night, that I was not getting as good of sleep, and it was a lot harder for me to fall asleep, or I would fall asleep, wake up, fall asleep, wake up, fall asleep, wake up. And that's just part of the caffeine thing. It definitely messes with your sleep. That's kind of why I wanted to cut it out of my diet completely. But I will say the non-stimulant has done wonders for me the past week so far. I'm going to kind of keep you guys updated as that goes along, but again, that is my review on stimulant versus non-stimulant pre-workout. I hope you guys got some takeaways from this. Again, this is just through Bucked Up, so if you're using another supplement company, let me know what you guys have experienced and as far as stimulants and non-stimulants, and if you have gotten used to the caffeine, which I'm sure you have, and what you did to push past that you know, plateau of you getting used to it. Anyways, it's been your boy RJ. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Again, I upload 2 new videos every single week, every Monday and every Wednesday. Also, I post on Instagram pretty much daily, so go ahead and follow me on Instagram. If you have any questions, or if you have anything about like stimulants versus non-stimulants, go ahead, DM me or comment them down below in the comments. Either way, I'll answer you. Again, if you guys enjoyed today's video, don't forget that like and that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next video. It's been your boy RJ. Peace out.